Can the President of the United States pardon himself? It sounds like a ridiculous question until you realize there's no clear answer. And when war breaks out or a national emergency hits, the powers of the presidency quietly expand in ways most Americans never hear about. But what happens when those powers collide with accountability? Let's go back to 1861. President Abraham Lincoln suspended habeas corpus, the constitutional right to challenge unlawful detention, without Congress's approval. People were locked up without trial, and it was deemed legal because the country was at war. That moment set a precedent. During wartime, presidents can bypass normal rules under the banner of national security. Fast forward to today. Legal scholars argue that a sitting president might have the power to pardon federal crimes, even crimes he himself committed. Why? Because the Constitution doesn't explicitly forbid it. And here's where it gets even murkier. If a president declared a national emergency or invoked wartime powers, could he then issue a pardon to himself, claiming it's in the nation's best interest? No president has ever tried it yet. But during the final days of his presidency, Donald Trump reportedly asked legal advisors whether he could. The answer? Possibly. But it's never been tested. Imagine the chaos if a wartime president, accused of wrongdoing, pulled the self-pardon card. Would the court stop it, or would it trigger a full-blown constitutional crisis? Here's the twist. The presidential pardon. Power comes from Article 2 of the Constitution. It says the president shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States. But it says nothing about limitations or self-pardons. It was written before nuclear weapons, cyber warfare, and 24/7 surveillance. And yet, in times of war, this silence in the law becomes dangerous. Could a president launch a war, use emergency powers to silence opposition, and pardon himself along the way? The law hasn't caught up, and until the Supreme Court rules on it or someone dares to test it, we're left with a terrifying legal gray zone. One signature away from absolute power.